decent feed here. I hope y'all get on here and let me know if uh, if it's not audio's not clean and video's not clean. I got a makeshift video setup going on right here at the gym. But look, y'all, I just wanted to get on here and let you guys know, don't panic. You know what I'm saying? Of course, that's what they want you to do, is panic. Because when you panic, you make a lot of mistakes. Easy to lead you somewhere. What's up, Miss E? Um, I just was talking about what's going on right now with everything, and how it appears. So we'll get into it. Let some people get on here. While you're getting on, hit the thumbs up. Make the algorithm work for us, y'all. Come on, hit that thumbs up. Hit the likes and the subscribe, because they unsubscribing folks on my channel. So y'all gonna need to resubscribe to get these alerts. Make sure your notifications are set, so on and so forth. But when enough couple more people get on here, we'll get started. As you get on, if you can, go ahead and chime in on the chat. Let us know you in the land of the living, and then I'll get started here in a minute. You're probably gonna want to hear this. It's relevant information about what's going on. Miss Janice is in the house. How you doing? Who else is on here? Wait a few more seconds, and then everybody else is gonna have to catch up. Y'all know how we did it. So, all right, Felicia Bell in the house. That's what's up. Ivana, what's going on? Hey, as y'all joining, please hit the thumbs up so we can keep up. Richard Britton, what's up? Ethiopia in the house. I'm coming through there in a minute. Get some of that coffee. Derek Muhammad, what's going on? Glad y'all can join us this AM. Chicago in the house. Real Lamarck music. That's what's up. All right. Whoop whoop. That's right. That's right. All right. So sorry, I got my phone kind of sitting up on something. I forgot my little stand. Y'all know, production team's not in today again, so just gotta, do what we gotta do, make it work. I'm charging at the same time, running around taking care of a lot of stuff. So look, everything's appears to be. We're gonna get started, okay? Ain't got time to be waiting for people to chime in when they want to chime in. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. All right, Mama Lobster. That's first. I've never. Hey, glad you're here. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the thumbs up so we can get this algorithm thing going. Lynn Jones popping in here. All right, I think that's cool. Let me get started, cause I know, like me, y'all got stuff to did. So let's get this thing popping. Okay, so y'all see this banking stuff going on, right? All this banks collapsing, run on the banks, and this, that, and the other. And I know, whether it's manufactured or not, and we're going to talk about that a little bit, it's still cause and effect. So, of course, you still got to watch your stuff and put it where you need to put it so you can get to it. So, of course, do your due diligence. Make sure, swiper can't swipe you. That's what I'll say. Swiper can't swipe. So, if you got funds here and there, you might want to think into it, how you want to maneuver, so on and so forth. But my whole thing is, don't panic. They've done this before. This is not just, today the world's collapsing, blah, 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 all at the same time. Like I told y'all before, it ain't going to collapse all at the same time. They are just like a building, okay? And they're going to detonate the charges, and they got a controlled demolition thing going on. That's what's going on. So don't ever panic to the point. I don't even want you to panic at all, to be honest. Panic leads to things you can't get out of later, and they know that. So the whole goal here is to cause a panic, get you doing things that are outside of your control, even though you got controls that you can control. You dig? So the whole game is always to while you leaning this way, go on and pull the rug out from under you. Hopefully you fall out with the rest of the folk. So when the crowd start running this way, that's when you need to pause and go, wait a minute, it's another way out of this spot. Oh, there it is right there. If you run into panic, you're going to be a casualty of the panic. Panic don't ever help any. You ever see an EMT or a firefighter show up at an emergency scene and they get out of the truck like ain't nothing going on? They're like moving all slow, right? They get their bags. They're like, yo, we got to take care of this. Everybody else is in a panic. Oh my God, you got to save his life now. They know exactly what they're doing, okay? They've been trained not to panic. Because if they panic, then your help is never going to arrive. Their job is to save lives and save structures and assets and so on and so forth. So in a panic and you trip over the fire hose and bust your face, you out the fight already. So that's why they move slowly and methodically. They remembering they training. They're assessing the whole area. They're making sure they're not walking into a disaster for themselves while they trying to assist people that's in a disaster. So you got to use that same psychology out here in the land of the living, where things look abysmal or where things look panicked or so on and so forth. So these bank closures and collapses, whatever you want to call them, collapse is just an exotic word for, damn, we broke. You know what I'm saying? The jig's up. That's all that is. So don't let these words trigger, because they've been programmed in us already to trigger responses. The whole point of triggering responses is to predictively know what you're going to do next. So you don't want to be a casualty of war. You might take a couple of cuts and some bruises, have to break out the peroxide or whatever. If you got some bruises, some achy bones, get that witch hazel out. You know what I'm saying? If y'all know what that is, get you some witch hazel out. All right? So rub that up on there, you be all right. Get you some Bragg's vinegar, you can douse your body and that'll fix everything, okay? But all I'm saying is don't panic. Move your stuff where you need to if you got some stuff to move. If you don't, leave it where it be. Go pull some money out just so you got some, but don't panic. Don't end up like the rest of these people out there running around. Look, they're of course causing these things to occur. Okay, let me explain to you so we can bring this down just a little bit. A bank run, so a bank can collapse when there's a bank run, when people go withdraw. Now, it doesn't have to be like the movies where a whole bunch of regular folk withdraw their funds. No, a run on the banks can be triggered by a large investor, such as a country, strategically depositing venture capital. That's why Silicon Valley, okay? Heavy venture capital traffic, heavy crypto investing traffic, all of this stuff that ain't even regular banking kind of stuff. And if you strategically deposit large sums, okay, and then you pull those sums out, it could be one huge fund, pull their funds out, just because that was the strategy in the first place, okay, that will be a run on the bank. So it's not like people like me and you just running to the bank to get their money out. This happened in Silicon Valley. Elite, okay? That's the headquarters of all your, so-called technology and so on and so forth for America. So that's a heavy venture capital depository area, okay? The rest of the country in America, okay, not Vietnam, not any, but the rest of America, right? They are almost on a whole different banking level. This is the regular folk level over here. So it wasn't that kind of run on the bank. So don't let these words and all this pre-programming propaganda trick you into believing, it could be very well this company, black, them people, rock black, whatever you want to call them. But you have to look between the lines and realize that A lot of this stuff has to do with has to do with them maneuvering funds and monies and so on and so forth uh, to other locations, okay? And them investing. It's not even about necessarily me and you and your funds and your 401k, blah, blah, blah. No, this is about some larger fish they frying. And there are going to be some casualties of war, yeah, but it's not like um, you're thinking. It's not anything like you're thinking. And so you got to start making sure that one, you don't panic. Two, you should already been making moves anyway, right? You should already been making moves prior to this that's going to put you in a place where you shouldn't have to panic anyway. So if you're in panic mode right now, that's your fault. That's on you. Hey, what's going on? So thank you. So you got to make sure that one, you're not panicking, like I said. Two, and sorry y'all, I'm moving out of the way. I was about to encounter some noise in the gym, so I'm moving to another area. I didn't panic. I just got up and moved. Okay. This when I move, you move. That's a ludicrous song. Okay. So I think I'm gonna put my headset on and talk to you guys and modify this live a little bit. Give me a second. All right, got some juice. And so I just wanted to make sure y'all not getting in the casualty of war position. Because of course, like I've always said, they want you to tap out now. They want you to tap yourself out. And if you allow that to happen, well, you just end up a casualty of war unnecessarily most of the time. So it's really up to you. It's up to you guys on how you're going to play this hand or not play it. Sit back and watch it. You ain't got to play nothing. Okay, so this is it's chess, not checkers. It's critical thinking, not rash-minded thinking. So if you're already accustomed to that style of thinking and panic, that's what I've been telling you guys, you ladies and guys, sorry, ladies and gents, I've been stressing more and more when I do a live, not to make sure you're not following the crowds. And hang on, guys, hang on one second. Okay, let's see if I got my, okay. Hey guys, if you can throw something on the screen real quick, let me know you got good audio. I'm making sure these little earbuds that I don't like to wear are working okay. So if somebody could shoot me a quick message, let me know all is well there, and then I'll get back into it. Okay, well, I'm gonna keep talking. Okay, appreciate that, Neil Rudo. Okay, appreciate that. So, all of this stuff that's going on is designed to bring dis-ease right to your front door. You know, I say dis-ease, but everybody says disease. So you can have a disease of the brain, which not necessarily people think of brain cancer. No, you can have a disease of the mind where your mind is diseased with the wrong thoughts, and the outcome is going to be internal stresses on your body that then cause real disease to occur or disease. So you gotta really grasp a hold of what they're simultaneously doing a number of things. This isn't just the banking collapse. You know, you got all these people continuing to hype up the word collapse and to hype up the word collapse, prepare, this, that, and the other. And you got to do your own due diligence. You got to do that kind of stuff. You should be living that lifestyle anyway. And that's why I talk like this. It should just be. And I know a lot of people are new to, oh, stuff, weird stuff is happening. I better start paying attention. But everybody else, yo, you should be in a position where you kind of disconnecting from some of the systematic holes they got on us. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard to do, but it is doable. You can lessen the impact. For example, I see a lot of people watching. So, if you watch the news right now, okay, they are so intent on making sure that every story, I don't care if they talking about dandelions and ladybugs, they intent on making sure that here's the newscaster. Good evening, folks. Welcome. Today's top news story is dandelions and ladybugs. The pending disaster ahead. You know, it's always this crazy, serious face, no matter what they're talking about. It could be talking about kids at the daycare. They're going to be all, acting it out, making sure to communicate body language that exhibits, yo, something serious is going on. Keep watching. Keep these ratings popping. You know what I'm saying? So you really, this is that time, and this is time to prove to yourself, if you've been practicing any of this stuff that I've been practicing, which is that mind control, controlling your environment as best as you can, and projecting positivity. This is like date night. This is like, okay, center stage. Let's go. Show me what you're working with. If this stuff works, let's put it to test. Let's see, because how do you get to test what you've been training for unless the situations come on to the scene where you can test your training? Some people just train, and never have a situation. And it's not because they can't have a situation, they never utilize what's going on around them to put themselves in the situation. That's what they're doing in reverse. They're creating scripts, how to keep this group of people moving this way, how to keep this group of people moving that way, and how to keep this. So of course we can never come together, but that's the ultimate goal. And then also is so that they can control even down to the ethnicity factor. Oh, we know when we do this group of people is going to react this way because they got money in the bank. So they're going to run, do this, and do that. We know when this happens, people over here ain't got no money. They're going to be business as usual. We got to come at them another angle. Then we got these people trying to get into, like, say, America, let's say. Okay. And I'm not talking about globally. I'm just talking about America right now. Trying to get into America. They not going to even pay no never mind. They're going to keep hitting the bricks and working and trying to get their money so they can send it back to their families, right? So you got all these different segments that they got to puppeteer into what they want it to be. So this is, look, y'all, I've been saying the same. I'm gonna keep saying the same thing while everybody else running this way to the panic and scare and don't be scared. Get prepared. That's my old saying. But we scared because we care. That's Monsters Incorporated, and we scared because we care. Uh, That's what these folks gonna tell you. They got your back, so they want to make sure. Look, it's the same old two step. It's the same old 1-2 shuffle. It's the same old rug pull. I don't care what you do, what you did, what you doing. They gonna try to do the same thing over and over and over again. So you got to get in a place where they can't touch you. You got to become an untouchable. Where does that occur? Up here. Y'all keep going to the touchable zone. That's all this physical. My money. I gotta protect my money. It ain't your money to start with in the first place. I just need to let you know. It don't have your name nowhere on none of them notes, other than the part that say DEBT, debt. That's your name on the note. It's a debt note. So I get it. They trying to do this, do this. Everybody's running to go get their stuff. Yo, I'm moving stuff around myself because I got energy and time tied up in producing effects out there, and then the incoming effect that I get back is just say more of this money stuff, right? So yeah, I can't just let it sit there either. But I'm not, rushing around. Oh my God, the sky's falling. The sky gonna be falling. We in the era of sky falling moments every day, twice on Sunday. Y'all know that. Yeah, this is just a new panic attack they want to put out there. So they wetting the whistle for something else. This ain't even, that's the West Coast over there. They're not even talking about cascading effects across they're kind of threatening that probably. I saw some story about that. But California is almost like its own damn country. They're not, what happens over there don't necessarily even connect anywhere else. California is like its own little country run by an evil dictator, you know what I'm saying? That kind of thing. And they're going to keep playing the same, uh, you know, ping pong style game. As soon as the ball bounces a couple times to the other side, they're going to smack it back over there. And then they go over there, they're going to smack it back all day long. That's what they're going to do. So this ain't nothing new under the sun. There's been plenty of bank collapses, plenty of real estate collapses, plenty of all these collapses that happened before 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, and before that. It's been a century of collapse anyway. If there's such a thing, and then before that, it was always some kind of collapse. So the horse and buggies industry collapsed. You know what I'm saying? When the automobile popped out. So everything it's the same. It ain't nothing new. Is what I'm telling you. It might be construed differently, but it's no new thing under the sun going on. You know what I'm saying? So you got to start making sure that you're not a casualty of war. Um, like you're throwing yourself into the casualty position by not being in a mental position to handle whatever they throw at you. And that's what I've been trying to tell y'all. It all ultimately comes down to what your mind perceives is real to you. That's what's real to you. So you got to decide if you're going to let them drive your vehicle, continue to drive your vehicle, or you going to start. That's just like a self-driving car theory. This, all this propaganda, all this continual bombardment of this is gonna happen, that's gonna happen, all this is gonna happen, turns your brain, if you allow it to, into a self-driving vehicle, self-driving electric vehicle. That's why your battery be running out, because you ain't. Hold on one second. Okay, that's why your battery's running out. Um, every day you're tired because your battery zapped. Your internal battery electrical system is getting zapped. You done turned into an electric vehicle, and the only way to recharge yourself is with more of the same drama. That's what they turn people into. So people are getting electrified, so to speak, getting their battery charged up on negativity right now. That's why when they do a news story or something, bad news bears story, everybody, what, did y'all hear about what happened in California? Did y'all hear about this over there? Did y'all hear about? That's what they turn this into. So instead of putting the right fuel in the vehicle, right, eating and drinking the right stuff, nah, they done switch gears on you, switch lanes, switch highways. They done switch states on you. You thought you was in, Kansas, Toto, and then you really in Alaska now. So they done switch lanes on you, switch gears on you, and then got you electric vehicle minded, programmable, versus you putting your own fuel in your mind to run your own vehicle. So if y'all can look into this, you can see that's what's quickly occurring now. That's what's occurring. So you think it's EVs for electric vehicles on the street. They EV in your brain right now. They electric vehicle your brain. Pretty soon it's gonna be like the movie Minority Report. Tom Cruise. This is an old movie. If you ever want to see what they already had planned, why don't you just go look at that movie? It'll tell you right there. And before that, they was running old movies back in the 40s. It's an old, Dick Tracy. Dick Tracy was a detective movie And I think on Dick Tracy, he had a watch that he could talk through and communicate with other people, right? No, hey, I think that was 1940 something. So where he get this watch from? I'm just showing you how they playing us, and you can't even deny this stuff. So they've been showing you how they playing you, but we so mesmerized with technology and all these iPhone watches and all this stuff, right? I ain't wearing no iPhone watch. I don't need to be watched through the iPhone, the PH1 vehicle, and I'll talk about that later. Some of that might go way over here, but anyway, you got to start really opening your eyes and your mind. You know, your eyes is just like the lens. It's a lens that allows you to interpret uh, signals. Actually, the brain is interpreting visuals from the eyes, but your eyes just, they're just there. You need them to see physicalities, but you don't need them to see dimensional levels. I don't want to go too deep, but your eyes have a purpose, but your brain has a greater one. The brain like houses, that's the seat of intellect, man. That's like the thing that houses your whole being. Are you crazy? They got you, oh, but your soul's in here. So how's your soul here? You have heart, somebody done had heart surgery, and after they closed you up and you woke up, hey, hey, I saw your soul. It looked pretty good. I'll give you a 10. There ain't no soul. Ain't no thing right here called the soul. Okay, the heart has a brain too, but I'm just saying the seat of intellect would be your mind. So this is the fight for your seat of intellect. This is the fight for your control, your access control vehicle. So when you're not in control of that, then you gotta ask the question, who is? And then you gotta ask the question, am I in control or somebody else? Good chances they've infiltrated you and me so deeply that, yeah, you under direct command and control of some other entity. And the only way to win any battles in this now time, just like previous, I mean, it could be 1920 for that matter. It's the same difference, unless brains was different then than they are now, or 200 years ago your brain was different. That's the power play right there. So when in history, or his story, that's why history is not what you think it is, because that's his story. Whoever the victor was wrote the storyline about themselves to the rest of the, humanity. This is who I am because I won. So history always repeats itself because you've got the same playbook being used every time. So if you start seeing the patterns and you start watching for these things, you'll know that's how the wealthy people become wealthiers, because they know the playbook. Okay, either somebody gave it to them, or they you know gathered this intel themselves, figured it out. Whatever the reason is, doesn't matter. But the playbook is always playing the plays, just like a football team and a quarterback is playing the plays. He calls the plays, he calls the audibles, and everybody else move when he say hype. Okay, so that's the playbook of life. It's going on all around you. You can't see it because your thoughts wasn't even in that location. But now that I've maybe outlined that a little bit, now you can start formulating and formatting a different thought pattern in relation to what we're talking about. See, they've been feeding us all of this garbage. Garbage in is garbage out. So you're not going to get any grounded, balanced truth. Truth is that's being printed and regurgitated every day. The lies have become the truth, okay, and the truth have become the lies. So we in those times again, and maybe we were already always been in those times. It's just so well put together around you, and then with the proper programming uh, played out during your school years, your young years from kindergarten all the way up. Kindergarten is a German word. Okay, it's not even American or Vietnamese. That's German. That's Germany. And y'all know the most of your work week, 40 hours a week, and maternity leave and different like 401k stuff, all that stuff. Y'all know that was from Germany, right? That was what Hitler had did for his people, and so of course they adopted it over here because that was pretty dope system. That was a dope playbook, so they pulled that playbook over here. Y'all know NASA, that's all German technology. Ain't none of this stuff in here from here, or in where y'all at in America. Ain't none of this stuff in America from America. It's all outer source, and then his story tells you the story that he did it. George Washington did this, and so did that. Man, you look on that boat in that picture and see who else in that picture with him. He couldn't even guide his own boat around the Potomac River. He didn't know what was going on. Potomac, that's indigenous people's names. That's not, come on, man, look. So y'all gotta really go looking for the essence of what's going on. You need to look for the playbook. You gotta look for the playbook. I'll answer that question in just a second, Desiree. Um, you gotta get the playbook. The playbook is the roller coaster ride. Go back and brief his story. Go look at the 2008 real estate crash. Go look at the stock market crash. You don't even got to go back to 1934. I think it was another one in the 60s. You had the oil embargo thing where people was parked around the corner, all up around the corner, trying to wait for gas in lines. Now they got you where that's not a problem, but they're gonna have you waiting in lines at the ATM trying to get your money out. Excuse me, get they money out. So once you leave it in the bank, it's not yours no more anyway. It's the money's not yours anyway. It never has been. It got somebody else's corporate name on there. It don't belong to you. You just a user. You just a To them, you're a bottom feeder user. I'm just breaking the bad news to you if you didn't know. You're a bottom feeder user, and you jump when I say jump and move when I say move. That's what they're thinking. So the only way around all this stuff is to make sure that one, you got your own playbook. That's why I keep telling y'all your narrative. I got people responding, man, the world is collapsing, and you're talking about all this positive stuff. I'm gonna keep talking about it till the floor fall out from under me, and when I'm dropping down in a hole, I'm gonna still be talking it. I'm gonna still all the way till my outer being is done. See, you got to get outside of your physical self. That's the key. You can't stay in your physical being 100% of the time. You're supposed to just be using this to navigate with. Okay, that's the whole. If you get that piece, then you start on the path to writing your own narrative. Like this thing that you so scared to lose. We so scared of some hurt and some pain, but we don't do none of the right stuff to make sure that don't occur. We just doing all the bad stuff that they programmed us to do, right? So we can be in dis-ease. This thing is just so you can move your inner, the real valuable part around. It's a spaceship. Y'all tripping. You really thinking this is like the real thing? This is this is not the whole bowl of cereal here. This ain't it. This is a portion. It's how you keep moving your real self around. So I ain't gonna go real far up in there, but you just gotta understand that concept right there and start working on that. Start asking. If you pray, okay, if you want to pray, pray. If you want to talk to yourself, do that. It's the same thing, okay? You're talking to your higher being when you pray, and then that type of energy moves this environment around how you need it to be moved around if you know how to move it around. They done made movies about this stuff, sci-fi movies about people who can move stuff with their mind. They teasing you. They're like, these fools don't know nothing. They just paying for more tickets to see this thing. They don't even think that's them. Ha ha ha, very funny. They just throw it right up in your face. But all they're doing is those types of maneuvers. That's why they have
been able to be the 0.5% over the rest of the 95.5ers. So that's what's going on. So these are all distractions, countermeasures. When you start getting too close up here to they level, they gotta poof and throw a distraction out. They gotta poof, pull the rug out from under some folks. They gotta make examples of people. So you go back to your, oh, you know what? I'm gonna just go on back over here to this book and do that because that's more safe. Now, what you dangerous when you a bad brother or sister, and I mean that. Now, I don't mean black, white, green, yellow, brown. I'm just woman or man. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. You a bad brother or sister when you got access to yourself. Can't nothing get you. You like yo. Okay, y'all threatening this? Come do it. I'm still so high level here with my thoughts. Do what you gonna do with this body thing. See, if everybody was vibing like that, it wouldn't be no panic, would it? Because if everybody was like, you can't, you MC Hammer them, can't touch this, and mean it, you can't touch this. Not my body, I ain't tripping. I'm talking about you can't touch this. That's why that brain got that shield around it. It got an electrical force field around it. It got all kind of countermeasures up there. But guess what? We don't think of it like that. We don't think this is the spaceship with the force field around it. We just think this is my head, my hair. Get my hair did today. Get some more chemicals up in there so I can not think any clearer than I'm thinking that. That's what we thinking is just that's my head. That's where my hair grow. Yo, that's the upper room. That's the top. This the top of the mountain top. This the whole shebang. And here you, acting like it's nothing. That's the problem. So anyway, some stuff, absolutely. So let me go back to somebody asked me. Oh, I want to answer that real quick, Desiree. And I hope that that overview of things was cool for you. I hope that excuse me. Let me rephrase this. That overview of things should be positive for you today. That should be profitable for you today, because I gotta delete the word hope out of my vocabulary, because hope is like a black hole. It has no essence to it. It's like, I don't do nothing, but I hope everything gonna be all right. I'm gonna sit here and wait. Oh Lord, help me. Hope is no. It's like a black hole, bottomless black hole, maybe 50 bottomless black holes as well. Hope. That's all that word resonates when you look into the description or the definition of what the word hope means. They usually apply it towards faith, okay? And then faith is a whole other defamation. Faith is nothing seen, and the evidence of it is nothing but belief. It's the belief that somebody else told you about, that you didn't go due diligence to figure out if it's real, fake, or nothing, and then you just go with it. That's what these words mean. Go look up the definitions. I didn't write my name, last name ain't Webster, so I don't know. I'm just reading stuff in the English language, and that's what it says. So, just go get a grip on yourself today. Don't panic. Make your moves you need to make, whatever you feel you need to do, but definitely don't panic, because that's what they want. More of the same, more isolation from the real is what they want. So, okay, so she asked me, let's see here, where is it? Desiree, Major, do you think the astronauts are staged? Well, my observation, because I haven't put any mechanical thought to it really, but just based on a few things that I've seen visually, um, I think that my concept, okay, this is just Major. Don't take this to, don't, oh, Major, that's not right. Just like people say, oh, you believe in the flat earth people stuff, or the flat earthers or whatever they could, everything's round. I don't believe actually anything is what anybody says. I just picture it as what I kind of think the earth is flat and then got a dip in it, which is a half sphere, and we down in the dip. And then you got a firmament dome over the top of it. Anyway, I ain't gonna get into all that because then people be on some other stuff. But the astronaut thing, I don't think you can get out of the dome. I think them stars up there, to me, if I was underwater and I was looking up, way up there above the water, and then the sparkling, I seen some lights up there. They would sparkle because the water's moving, right? So they sparkle. Actually kind of a crystalline effect. Um, that's just my concept of what I think I'm looking at up there. It looks like we under some water. I could be totally crazy, ass backwards, but to me, yeah, that's what it looked like. We under a firm. I think them trying to launch rockets, astronauts, is actually them trying to get through that dome up there. And every time they try to send another rocket up there, it don't crack it, it don't break through. It just hits them and come back, fall back down. That's what I think. I think there's a level of outer space, but I think there's something blocking it. You can't get outside of that. I know Saturn and Mars and all this stuff. They've been to Mars, and we don't know where they've been. We don't know if it's a Mars out there. Who called it that anyway? Who named all this stuff in English? I'm just a little confused. Jupiter, Mars. Do you think other national like countries like China or this one or that one call all of those things the same thing? I mean, if you're from China, let me know. Do y'all say, "Oh, that's the moon. Oh, that's Mars. Oh, that's"? I mean, that's just food for thought. Are we the only ones, English speaking people trained in the United States of Great Britain? Are we the only ones who know those names or that? Or has that culture infiltrated the whole world and then everybody call it that now? Yeah, I don't know. Somebody can chime in on that, but I'm just saying, think. It ain't even got to be what you think it is. None of this has to be anything that you think it is based on how you've been programmed to think it is. You've been programmed to think you are who you are, and you ain't even that. That's why I'm saying you got to go find your inner self. You keep placing other selves in front of your real self, and then you sourcing them other selves, and then that causes your real self to be like muscle atrophy. You ain't got no muscles there. You ain't got no spiritual muscle because why? We've been letting somebody else be the source. There's a creator, there's a most high, there's a whatever you want to call the highest level frequency being, whatever it is. I don't even know what that's called. I tell y'all the truth. TRUFF all the time because for me, I don't even know what that is. I can reference something, but the name they taught us to call things, all these, we don't need, that ain't even real. It's only real because you've been told it's real. That's some deep stuff right there. So I know I'm getting off on the metaphysical plane here and delving into some other items, but it's still always going to bounce back to don't panic. Okay? Don't panic. Don't tap out. Don't let them make you tap yourself out. That's for sure. Because that's really one of the first line. When the military go to war, go to battle, before they get on the battlefield, they wage an economic war. They wage a propaganda war. They dropping back in the day, World War II and I. They would drop leaflets from the planes. All this paper's falling down. People pick it up. They're telling them a message. We almost to your city. You better run now. Leave all your gold and silver, and then we coming to get all that. So we better not catch you with that. We come, and people believe it, and then they run and leave all their stuff. Yo, troops don't even get there for another week or two later. You know what I'm saying? And the people that already ran off. Or maybe they never showed up at that city. They just scared them into defeat. There is such a thing. So this kind of warfare is more harmful than any kind of physical, because the physical one, you can see it coming. Okay? You can see it coming. But the inert battles for the mind, them the ones you got really, where they training you over a period of time how to think and how to even process the information that you naturally would have been able to process in your own language or in your own thought capacity. No, this is raw, y'all, because they done trained us how to even, you guys see the levels, okay? How to interpret sound, colors, light, dark. Who's to say darkness isn't called lightness and lightness isn't called dark? I mean, they just told us this stuff. Don't you dig what I'm saying? They just told us this is what that is. If you get a large enough group saying the same stuff, that becomes the truth. That becomes the culture, the way of life, the da 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 da. Okay? So you're saying like so but it's already there, it's already done. So what do I do? Write your own narrative. I keep telling you. Write your own narrative. You decide what you want. Like you say, oh, well, everything's falling apart now. It's too late. That's the whole point too. They want you to believe it's always too late. So you go sit down in your easy chair, rock yourself to sleep, and wake up dead like a zombie. That's what they want. So if you don't want that for yourself, you need to start writing down what it is you want for yourself. Don't do too much writing. Okay, don't get all, you know, get all high-minded and snooty with it. Just write down two or three things. Yo, I want peace. I want to be healthy, and I want to be happy. That's the goal. Okay. In order to do that, you got detached from all this convenience-based stuff. You got detached. That's a whole nother video. You got detached from this convenience-based stuff. That's where they got the claws in, because you're scared to lose your conveniences. You ain't even scared to lose your life yet. You thinking the convenience is your life loss. Like that's something you're losing that's gonna hurt me. Oh, because now I don't have, I can't say Google in the house and all the lights come on. Turn on the lights. It's convenience. It's not mandatory. Why can't you just flip the switch? You know what I'm saying? So that's the next level is they want a bunch of invalids to boss around. People who can't even decide for themselves, turn the light on or off. It's voice activated. It's easier. Yo, I don't have to worry about this. All my funding is connected to everything I need to pay, so I don't have to worry about it no more. It's easier. Don't have to write a check no more. People go, what's a check? What is that? It's almost obsolete anyway, right? Writing in cursive is obsolete. They don't even teach that no more. So, you see what's going on? So anyway, you write your own narrative, decide what you want to allow into your environment. That's your defense system. And then from there you build out. Once you get that down, you can start marching a little bit. You start moving into some other areas without fear, without panic. So look, I got to get back at it. I appreciate all of y'all. Let me see some of these posts real quick. Um, Mama Lobster said, "What are the best moves to make right now?" Well, uh, if you got a whole bunch of money and you need to move it, I'm gonna give you my routing and my account number. I'm just messing with you. Look, the best thing to do first, don't panic. Two, best moves are just to keep moving. I'm being real honest. I'm not even being so analytical. Just keep it moving at the pace you want to move life at, because real estate move, as far as financial moves, I'm not a financial advisor. Disclaimer, disclaimer, disclaimer. But, you know, of course, right now, wait till this real estate market, you know, does what it does again, like 2008, and then go scoop up some stuff. Um, but I wouldn't keep a whole bunch of cash right now either, because if it ain't in your hands, it's in somebody else's hands. So, shoot, y'all can invest in Vietnam with me. I mean, I can set you up with some stuff in Vietnam, that's for sure. So, if you interested in that, hit me up on email. Look, y'all, don't hit me up on my email and you ain't got no money. I'm just being honest. If I'm talking about investing, don't just hit me up saying, yo, can you help me do this? I got $500. You got to work something up to move some money around if that's what you're going to do. But if you're really interested in investing some real capital somewhere else to get the returns that you're wanting. And this is not something I just offer all the time. I'm just coming off the cuff, unedited, no script, just, and I don't need it. It's just some help for you, to be honest. And then I had to decide, even if I want to do it and mix your energy with my energy, it's that all money ain't good money. So, but if you was interested in talking further, you need a little assistance. I do have some time here and there. You gonna pay me for me to tell you um, what you need to do or how you can move or maneuver it. But my email is major safety team at protonmail.com. Um, you know, everything right now, you gotta get your thought game down first. I would want you to do that in quick order before you start maneuvering funds or moving money or trying to figure out what to do with it, because they got it all rigged up. So really, if you're not looking at it the right way, you're gonna all you're gonna do is magnetize how you view things to work, and then we're gonna get all contaminated, and then your investment ain't gonna work out too good, possibly. So I'd rather your mind be a little straight before I engage with people. But if I just was throwing out some info, you know, yeah, put some cash at home, low denominations, bills, and then you could put some in some real estate, preferably land, more so than structures right now. Because that way, like Dad always said, I ain't growing no more land, son. So get you some land. Yeah, you always got land you can grow, and you always got a resource when you got land. When you could put a house on it, the resources stop. It is now a house, and all you can do is house with it. You can't do nothing else with it. So, if you're gonna dump some money and get it out into something, I would purchase some land. That simple. Um, so anyway, I'm gonna get off of here. I hope that oops, there we go again. Y'all didn't remind me. I know that this talk is assisting you because you're stating it and you guys are responding. So that's dope. But I'm gonna get off of here. Let me read a couple real quick. Okay, she said, God, the light source is our escape. All right, Desiree, that's your thing. Do your thing, girl. All those rockets go straight into the Bermuda Triangle, probably along with everything else that fly over that way, right? Uh, Gratitude is key to joy. There you go. And that's something, that's a good look, because gratitude is like a jet rocket fuel. So if you're not grateful for whatever you got, whatever level you on, it's gonna be hard to get to any other levels. You gotta really not just say I'm grateful, but then you gotta feel that it's great for you in that moment that you say it. That's the trick. That's the that's how you redirect things that you want to your back to you. But anyway, all the wars are playing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Y'all dope. My email address is majorsafetyteam at protonmail.com. Miss E is on the wheels of steel, cutting and scratching people's comments out when needed. And I appreciate you moderating, Miss E. Uh, Thank you, Insanest One. Keep up the great work. I appreciate that. Yo, y'all been a great audience. Let's keep this pushing. Let's keep this good energy pushing. I'm telling you, if you was looking at the Bible, right, and they talking about the 144,000, and the rest of the people gone. There's only 144,000, right? Your energy right now with these kind of conversations would be one of them 144,000, and I'm using that as an allegory. It's an allegorical, if there's such a word, theme. I'm talking about you, one of the elect. When we're communicating this way, this is not the norm. Okay, it's not norm to be calm down and not panic. Okay, relaxed, elevated, critical thinking, sharp as a two-edged sword. You know what I'm saying? It's not the norm to be that. So you got to look in the opposites of what's going on to actually find your balance area. Don't go with the crowds. You need to run the opposite way. When you see the crowd running, they're going straight to the fire. I'd rather run towards the smoke because I know what smoke. I know how to handle the smoke. But let them run straight to the fire if they need to. Just don't let them drag you with them. So, all right, guys, ladies and gents, appreciate all of y'all. Hit the thumbs up before we get off of here. Punch this algorithm through. And then make sure y'all subscribe again. If y'all ain't getting my notifications, hit the notifications again. You know, they doing funny business. So if y'all want to hear a few insights from the major, make sure you do your due diligence. Get that mind game right. And then y'all can sound like what's his name sounded on Tropic Thunder. He's like, you make me happy. That's what you want to say to yourself every day. Cause I got a good brain. It's a funny. If you watch the movie, you'll be cracking up. But anyway, y'all, appreciate y'all. Y'all the bestesses. I'll get back with y'all later. Let me get back at it. Did what I need to did. Y'all do the same. Keep pushing, and always watch your six. Just don't panic while you're doing it. This is Major signing off for another kind of cool video. Peace.